Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to again continue our weekly prediction. It is time for week 3. Week 2 was a wild one. It was fun. I watched my Seahawks beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-17. Pretty damn good game. So yeah, let's get right into week 3. My predictions are looking pretty solid so far. Um, this is all prior. I'm recording this prior to the two Monday night games, so I don't have that written down on my records just yet. But I will add it in before I actually upload the video, of course. But at the time of recording, those games have not happened. But currently, I sit at 11-2. I got a majority of my picks correct. Packers over Commanders. Um, Cowboys over Giants, Seahawks over Steelers, Rams over Titans, Bills over Jets, Patriots over Dolphins, Bengals over Jaguars, 49ers over Saints, Ravens over Browns, Lions over the Bears, and Eagles over the Chiefs. The only two games I have incorrect so far are the Colts game and the Broncos game, and what game was it? What game was it? It was the fuck I ever forgot. The Why did I forget? Oh, Falcons and Vikings. Yeah, that game actually just wrapped up. I'm very surprised. 22-6 is pretty low score. I mean, Jesus, I expected more from the Vikings, but who knows? We'll have to see. But anyways, yeah, let's get right into the current of week 3 now. I mean, it's gonna be great. All right, week 3, game 1. We have the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, let's be honest. The Bills just put 30 on the Jets, and the Jets scored like 10 points, and Justin Fields had like 11 yards. So, um, I got the Bills. I do not need to go in depth. The key to victory for the Bills is simple. Just there is no key to it. It's just simple. They're going to win regardless. There is no scenario where the Dolphins win. I think so far the Dolphins are not looking good, and this is if this trend continues, it's going to be a long year for the Dolphins, and it's not going to be a good one. And I mean, it's a Thursday night game. It's in Buffalo. Buffalo's hot right now. They came off a comeback victory in week 1, and then they dominated the Jets in week 2. And then the Dolphins, they didn't get their ass kicked, but they lost to the Patriots. Um, Pretty bad, you know. There's no scenario where they win. I generally, even if like they could probably let Josh Allen sit the game out and they would probably still win. So I got the Bills winning this one. Game 2, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. Um, Now my Seahawks made the Steelers look pretty mid. I mean, they are mid in my opinion. You know, held them to 17 points despite them putting 30 points up on the Jets previously. I think a lot of people are like, oh, the Steelers really contenders. Like, no, they put 30 on the Jets. That's not much of an accomplishment, you know. So really though, this Patriots team is a bit inexperienced. You know, it's a younger team, and they have a little bit less talent, at least on defense. The Steelers, though, are stacked on defense in certain areas, but their defense is low key kind of mid. Like, they have a lot of talent on defense, and they don't perform how they should. So, I don't know. But the Patriots, though, again, they're a bit of a more inexperienced team. They have a lot of younger players. Despite what I just said about the Steelers, I am sort of leaning with them in this game, just because I don't know. I mean, I the Steelers have a lot of problems. Okay, their defense has not been playing very well in week 1 or 2. They allowed 30 points in both games. Okay, they allowed over 30 points to the Jets, and then they allowed 30 points to the Seahawks. So, I mean, listen, if the Patriots can cook on offense, they can probably win this game. But then again, I don't really know much about the Patriots offense. I'm not a Patriots expert by any means. But overall, I just don't really know if they could win. I mean, I don't know. You don't really know what to expect, but I think I'm going to leave with the Steelers in this one. So yeah, I got the Steelers beating the Patriots in New England. Okay, game 3, the New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, again, this is before the Monday night game, but I don't think that changes much. I think I'm going to lean with the Buccaneers in this one. Don't really need to say. I mean, first off, again, the Jets. I mean, honestly, I kind of I understand the Bills are just that much superior, but what happened to the Jets was absolutely terrible. You go into this game and you see how they played again in week one. You thought, oh, the Jets finally might, be competent. No, actually, not at all. Justin Fields was 3 for 11 for 27 yards. I'm not sure why I said 11. My bad. 27 yards, three completions. This is terrible. Yeah, no. Um, I'm not sure if he got hurt or if they benched him because Tyrod Taylor ended up playing at some point, got a touchdown. So I don't know what happened there, but it doesn't really matter. Nothing's gonna. It's the Buccaneers, especially with them at home. They're gonna beat the Jets, and not just beat the Jets. They're gonna beat the Jets probably by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. To be honest, maybe like 2 touchdowns and a field goal, maybe even 3 touchdowns. It's not gonna be a good game for the Jets. I'm sorry. After that week two performance, I'm just taking that and like looking at like that yeah, it ain't gonna be good for them. That's just me though. Okay, next game, Raiders Commanders. Now again, prior to the Monday night game, I did predict the Chargers would beat the Commanders. If that stands and if that actually happens, Raiders will be 1-1 by that point. But I mean, they're facing the Commanders. I understand the Commanders had a tough game against the Packers last Thursday, but really it should be. I think this game probably should be a win for the Commanders. I think the Commanders are a better team. They have a lot of better positions. I understand the Raiders have freaking Max Crosby. They have some talent on that team, Brock Bowers, but really, I mean, I'm still going to lean with the Commanders. I just think they're a way better team. I do, again, I respect Geno Smith as a player. He's a solid quarterback, and he's honestly a good option for them for now until they can find their future. But I mean, I don't think they're gonna be able to beat this Commanders team. This Commanders team is very good. I know what happened Thursday night against the Packers. The Packers are a serious contender, I think, this year. So, I mean, but again, looking at it, I just think the Commanders have the advantage. They are a very talented team, and I think they're going to bounce back from that tough game against the Packers, and it'll be a good game. But yeah, it'll be a good game. But I see the Commanders bouncing back in this one. It could be a close game, but again, Commanders are at home. They're coming off a tough loss, and I think they can carry it to victory. All right, next game, Texans Jags. Jags lost to the Bengals without Joe Burrow, which I just saw a thing saying that he might be out for 3 months, so the Bengals season might actually already be over. Rest in peace of the Bengals season, unfortunately, because 3 months is literally the entire season. Jake Browning literally threw 3 picks in this game, so. And I understand they won. The Bengals won at the end of the day. But, I mean, they're not facing the Bengals next. They're not facing the Jags next week. I mean, the Bengals. I mean, why are we talking about the Bengals? I'm sorry. Houston Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know. I got sidetracked. I apologize. Texans. They are playing Monday night tomorrow. We'll see how they go. I mean, again, I did predict the Bucks. I think the Bucks will win that game. And they're going to start 0-2, unfortunately. But this is the game where they bounce back and get a win. If my prediction's correct. Why are you meowing? I'm sorry, my cat's over there. She's meowing. I'm not sure why. Hi, kitty. Come here. And she's chilling. Anyways, I think the Texans will obviously win this game. The Jags are mid, in my opinion. And, I don't see them winning. The Texans are a better team. Even with their bad offensive line, they'll win the game. And don't really need to say much. I know it's a divisional game. These games can go anyway, but I got the Jags. I almost said the Jags. I got the Texans winning this game in Jacksonville. All right, a playoff game matchup from last season. We got the Rams and the Eagles. Now, first, the Rams have had a bit of a slow start. Not like entirely, but what I mean is like they had a bit of a slow start against the Texans in week one. They ended up winning, but it was 14-9, a bit of a lower scoring game, obviously. And then they had a slow start against the Titans. Now, they did pull away and win 33-19, but the Titans gave them a bit of trouble. And the Titans definitely they weren't going down easy. They were like kind of punching, scratching, and clawing and, trying to keep it close. Again, they eventually pulled ahead. but really not by a whole lot, you know? Um, and this Eagles team, they just beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are now 0-2, which is absolutely insane to think about. But, I mean, this Eagles team is a lot better, okay? They're a lot better than the Rams on almost every single level. I mean, I know they had a bit of a slump game against the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have a good defense. It was more of a slump game. Jalen Hurts only had 101 yards. You know, it was a bit of a slow game. It was a bit of a lower scoring game, 20-17. But I hope I got that score right. I think I'm correct. Yeah, yeah, I'm on it. 2017. It was a bit of a lower scoring game, and it was a bit of a smaller game from Jalen Hurts. But I think we'll put up a lot more fireworks in this game. They will cook, and this will be a good, entertaining game. Though I think it'll be close. But I got the Eagles winning. The Eagles are at home. You know, the Rams have had slow starts against these mediocre teams where they shouldn't. I'm not saying the Texans are mediocre, but they've been having these slow starts against these, particularly Titans. If you look at it on paper, that's a game where they should win by multiple scores, and they did technically win by multiple scores, but it wasn't as, as much as you'd think. It was only 33-19. You know, that is a multiple score game, but not by a whole lot. And again, they did start out slow. They eventually pulled ahead, but it wasn't a pretty victory for the most part, you know? And I don't know, they can't do that against this Eagles team. This Eagles team is very good, talented on almost every level. They should win this. I got the Eagles winning this game at home. All right, Indianapolis Colts against the Tennessee Titans. Now, I understand I was wrong about my prediction on the Colts losing to the Broncos, but I think the Colts are having a last year type Saints start, right? They start 0-2, but then they fumble right after that. I think that's exactly what's going to happen right here. Now, the Titans aren't an elite team. They're not a good team either. I mean, Cam Ward is looking very good. Oh, God, my cat has the zoomies. Oh, God, she's tweaking. But I think this is the game where the Titans get their first win of the season. I think the Colts are extremely mid. I understand again. Oh, my God, calm down. She's tweaking, guys. Anyways, the Colts are extremely mid. Yeah, they beat the Broncos, but that's because they got a lucky penalty that helped them get closer for a field goal. So, I mean, I think this is the game where the Titans win. I could be wrong, but I think the Titans are going to win this one. The Colts are a bad team, and Daniel Jones sucks, and they're lucky to win that game against the Broncos. They're very lucky, but yeah. Anyways, I got the Titans winning. So next game we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Bengals ended up beating the Jags without Baker Joe Burrow in the later half of the game, and they're facing the Vikings team that just put up 6 points on Sunday Night Football. I don't really know. Listen, the problem is again they're starting Jake Browning. He threw 3 picks in the later half, and I understand this Bengals team has a lot of talent on offense, and here's the key to victory: if Jake Browning can't, if he can avoid throwing 3 picks in this game, and just rely on the weapons he has around him, they can maybe win this game. But again, the Vikings are a very good team, and I understand they did put up a bit of a stinker today. But I just think they're going to bounce back. And I'm sorry, but again, Joe Burrow is literally out for 3 months potentially. That's practically the entire season. The season's probably over for the Bengals. And I really feel like, honestly, I feel like Joe Burrow is almost like the modern day Andrew Luck, but he's a lot better. What I mean by that, he's just constantly getting injured because their O-line's so bad. The Bengals need to fucking protect him. They need to actually invest in a goddamn offensive line and do something to protect Joe Burrow. Because I swear, if he wasn't getting hurt and they actually had a good offensive line, they would be flying into the playoffs at the end of the season. But unfortunately, with the fact that he's going to be hurt, I mean, he is hurt and he's going to be out for 3 months. The season's over for them, unfortunately. Unless, like, I don't know, they could trade for Kirk Cousins, but guess what? Kirk Cousins is mid, and I don't think that would happen in the first place. But I mean, Jake Browning ain't gonna lead you. I mean, he's a backup. He ain't gonna take you anywhere. So again, I understand the Vikings put up a stinker, but I'm gonna lean with the Vikings in this game. I just think the Bengals defense is not very good, and if Jake Browning throws 3 picks again, it's not gonna go very well. I'm gonna go with the Vikings here in Minnesota. The Vikings are gonna beat the Bengals without Joe Burrow. All right, Falcons Panthers. Panthers had a rough start in week 1. They sort of bounced back in week 2. Let me scroll up on my laptop and oh my god, she's tweaking again. Let me scroll up to the. She's scratching herself. I'm sorry. You're gonna hear the ring of her collar. The game wasn't looking too good for them against the Cardinals, and then they made a late comeback. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't enough. It was 22-27, but at some point it was like 27-9, and that's not an insane comeback by any means, but they got it close. And for Bryce Young, he played pretty good. 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He played pretty solid, and he got them with a chance to win. So I'll give him that. But they're facing good Falcons team, a good Falcons team that just beat the Vikings on Sunday night. I like some of the aspects of the Panthers, but I don't think they're going to win this game. I think this is going to be the Falcons' victory right here. Pretty easy, honestly, to say. The Falcons are a much better team. Michael Penix played very good against the Vikings, and I think he'll play very good against this pretty weak defense for the Panthers. Oh my goodness, calm down. She's acting crazy in the middle of my recording. Why she got to do this right now? All right, next game. The Green Bay Packers versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, Browns just got their ass kicked to the Ravens. And I know the Packers aren't the Ravens by any means, but I can see that probably happening again. It was 41-17, and I could see the Packers probably putting up at least 30 on this team. I understand the Browns have a pretty solid, a lot of good players on their defense, but I don't think it's going to be, their offense can't complement that defense. It can't, and it's just not enough. Joe Flacco is not going to be able to carry this team anywhere, especially with how just mediocre that offense is. And the Packers defense is looking really good at 2 weeks in. All right, they beat the Lions, they beat the Commanders, they beat 2 previous playoff teams with relative ease, by the way. So, I mean, they're going to go into Cleveland and they're gonna put belt to ass. I'm sorry, she's tweaking right now. You're going to hear a lot of random sounds. But they're going to put belt to ass, and this should be a win for the Packers. I got the Packers winning here in week 3 against the Cleveland Browns. All right, my Seattle Seahawks at home against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are 0-2. The Saints are bad. I'm going to be at this game, so when I do my week 4 predictions, I'll throw in some pictures and maybe some videos or whatever from the game. I'll put that in the video just for fun, right? I'll be at this game, so it's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be my first game in a long time. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm going with my girlfriend, so we're gonna have a good time and watch my Seahawks play. Obviously, again, this is a non-biased pick. As long as the Seahawks don't play sloppy on offense, which the offense looked so much better here in week 2 against the Steelers than they did in week 1. So as long, especially with how the Seahawks played in the second half, they played really, really well in the second half. Defense played well. Offense played great. Special teams got a touchdown. As long as they could play like that the entire game and play good, this should be a relatively easy win over the Saints. The Saints are 0-2. They have Mr. Rattler at quarterback. I mean, oh. So this is a win for my Seahawks, I think. It's a non-biased pick, like legit. This is a win for the Seahawks here. I got the Seahawks winning here at home over the New Orleans Saints. All right, Broncos, Chargers. Now, Chargers are again playing tomorrow, and the Broncos just lost to the Colts. This is a really tough pick, in my opinion, because I really like the Broncos, and I really like the Chargers. And low-key, if the Chargers can, again, if they can beat the Raiders on Monday night, and they can beat the Chargers here, they're going to have a 3-game, they're going to be 3-0. They're going to be ahead of the Chiefs in the divisional wise because they beat the Chiefs already, and they have like 3 divisional games in a row practically because again they played the Chiefs in week 1, they're playing the Raiders in week 2, and they're playing the Broncos in week 3. If they can win all 3 of these games, which they already won 2 of them, not yet, they won 1 of them so far. If they can beat the Raiders and then they can go off and beat the Broncos, they're going to have a nice lead in the division. And I'm not saying that the Chiefs have to panic, but like the Chiefs should be a little concerned because the Chargers are looking good. And we'll really see how they perform in week 2 against this week on tomorrow. We'll see how they go. And I mean, this Broncos team is looking good too, but they just lost to the Colts. And they also struggled against the Titans. The Broncos aren't looking perfect so far this year. I'm going to have to go with the Chargers in this one, I think. I like the Broncos. I like Bo Nix. I like this team. But the Chargers, especially, again, if they can win over the Raiders, they are going to have so much divisional momentum in this division, in the AFC West, that's going to kind of give them a boost. And they're going to generally, they're just going to have the advantages, I think. I like the Broncos a lot. And I could be wrong about this pick. It's a really tough pick because I think the Broncos are a great team. But I mean, I'm just going to go with the Chargers. I think. I mean, I don't know. I like the Broncos, as I said, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers should be able to win this game and go 3-0 in the division because I think they're going to beat the Raiders as well. All right, next game: Cowboys and Bears. Let's talk about the Bears. Listen, every single year the Bears make a lot of moves in the offseason. Every single year, the people say the Bears are an up and coming team and they're going to show it. They're going to show all their potential and they're going to kick ass and finish first or second in the NFC North. Well, guess what, Bears? First off, this has been a rough start for the Bears so far. They blew a primetime game to the Vikings. Okay, they were playing very solid. They were playing good, and they choked the lead. And then they got their asses kicked to the Lions. They got dominated 52-21 in week 2. So, I mean, it's not looking good. And sorry, excuse me. I'm not going to bet on the Bears. I'm not. And I know the Cowboys aren't very good either. They struggled to take down the Giants, which the Giants played super well in that game. I'm going to glaze Russell Wilson a little bit. He played very well in that game. If he did not throw that late pick, which was a dumb pick, it was a dumb play. I'm not sure why they would do that. If he didn't throw that pick, they would have won. But who knows? Whatever. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I just think the start for the Bears have been rough, and I don't think it's going to get any better. I don't think it's going to get any better here in week 3. I think it's going to get worse, and they're going to lose, and they're going to go 0-3, and they're going to finish 4th in the division again, probably. Who knows? But I got the Cowboys beating the Bears in Chicago. All right, 49ers, Cardinals. Now, 49ers are still probably going to be without Brock Purdy. We don't know yet. It's a little too early to tell, but I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be out this game. I'm pretty sure he's going to miss multiple games. So, listen, the 49ers are lucky they played a really bad Saints team this week. They played a Saints team that sucks. And I'm not going to glaze the Cardinals because I think the Cardinals are mid. But they're not playing the Saints this week. They're playing a slightly better team. Also a divisional game. I know with all the injuries, I know that the 49ers still have a solid defense. And the Cardinals offense isn't very deep or good. But I think the Cardinals should be able to win this game. As long as they play solid and do better than the Saints, the better than the Saints than they did against the 49ers, they should be able to win this game. Again, Brock Purdy's supposed to be out still, but I don't know yet. But I'm pretty sure, again, he's supposed to miss multiple games. So I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals to win this game in San Francisco at home for the 49ers, obviously. But I got the Cardinals winning it. I know it's a divisional game. The Cardinals should be able to win this game. You know, both of these teams are actually going to be fighting for a chance to go 3-0. Both teams are 2-0 currently. So it's going to be kind of a huge win if one of these teams has to win, unless they tie. But, I mean, again, the 49ers are just already decimated. They're already injured as hell in week 2. They got a good win over the Saints, but the Saints are bad. We just can't forget that. So, I'm not trying to say the Cardinals are an elite team either, but the Cardinals are a little bit more competent. A lot more competent, actually, than the Saints. So I got the Saints. I got the Cardinals beating the 49ers in week 3. All right, Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Giants. Listen, I like Russell. I love Russell Wilson, obviously. He threw some really beautiful deep balls. He really still does. He still has one of the best arms in the league. The Chiefs are not going to lose this game. I mean, they're going to play because them going 0-3, that might be the time to sound the alarm, right? And I understand But if you just look at statistics, not many teams that start 0-3 end up making the playoffs. And I know the Chiefs aren't like a terrible team, but I mean, if the Chiefs lose this game and they go 0-3, it might be the time to start panicking a little bit if you're the Chiefs, because you're already behind the division. All right, you're already behind. You're 0-2. You're behind in the conference as well. The Bills are 2-0. The Ravens are 1-1. Your division has more wins than you so far. So I mean, I understand the Giants played pretty good against the Cowboys, and if it wasn't for a dumb pick by Russell Wilson, they could have won. I really want that to happen. I really want the Giants to win this game. I do. But I don't think I can confidently pick them just because I think the Chiefs are going to they're not going to play desperate ball, but they're going to play with the mentality that they know they can't lose this game. And I don't know, man. I know I I I, I would love to pick the underdog pick here with the Giants. I know the Giants are at home. Russell Wilson played really, really good against this Cowboys team, against the Cowboys in week 2. And I think maybe if Russell Wilson plays the same, they can definitely keep it close and make this a very peak game. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to go with the Chiefs just for this. I mean, I would love to go with the underdog pick here. And I would honestly love for a scenario where the Chiefs still lose this game and go 0-3. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning here in week 3. They're going to get their first win of the season. But then they're going to lose next week, the week after, the Ravens. That's a hint for my week 4 prediction. I got the Ravens beating the Chiefs. But anyways, the Chiefs should be able to win this game against the Giants. And yeah, so I mean, this is the win they get. Again, I understand the Giants played really well, and I would love for that to happen again. But I don't think it will. But we'll kind of have to wait and see. This is one of those things we'll have to wait and see. All right, final game for the week. We got the Monday night game. September 22nd, the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. One thing we got to keep in mind is the last time these teams faced off, the Ravens fucked them. I think it's going to happen again. The Ravens are a better team. The Ravens are better on offense. The Ravens are better on defense. They're a better coached team. They have better players all around. Now, I understand the Lions are a very talented team, but Lamar Jackson and the Ravens don't really often lose to NFC teams. So, I think that streak is going to continue. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I don't know if it'll be absolute butt fucking like last time they faced each other, but it's not going to be good. I mean, it might be a close game. It might be pure domination. We'll kind of have to wait and see. But I got the Ravens winning this game over the Lions. It's in Baltimore. It's a home game. It's prime time. I think the Ravens should be able to win this game. I mean, as if they should honestly probably dominate. Who knows though? I really don't know 100%. Because again, if you look at it, the Ravens have been pretty dominant over NFC teams. Like NFC teams just generally can't do anything about it. They'll face the Ravens. They'll think they have a chance, and then they're down 33-3. They don't half the time they don't stand a chance. So I got the Ravens winning here in week 3 over the Detroit Lions. But the Lions will be back. I think the Lions are. I mean, again, beating the Bears isn't the hugest accomplishment, but I think that at the end of the day, the Lions should be fine. I mean, hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. But I got the Ravens winning this game. They're at home. It's prime time. Lamar Jackson is going to play firework football. And that's going to be great. So that is my week 3 predictions. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Tell me I don't know ball. But I think most of these predictions are... I've been pretty good so far on my record, okay? I've been pretty good so far. So, I think most of my picks this week were good. I still got to wait for the results on Monday Night Football. But if those 2 games go right, I'm gonna look at it even better. So yeah, that's my prediction. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I will have week 4 predictions probably right after next Sunday, of course. I want to try to get these videos out as often and kind of like the moment the previous week is over. Just because, first, obviously, my week 2 predictions, they dropped on the Thursday night. They dropped Thursday. I dropped that video Thursday night, like an hour or so before. No, a couple hours before the Green Bay Packers game. So I want to do better. Obviously, sometimes there's times where I'm just working so much. So I want to do my best to try to get these prediction videos out either Sunday night, Monday night, or Tuesday. That's kind of my thinking. I want to try. That's like my deadline. The deadline is Wednesday at most. I don't want to ever upload the video on a Thursday again. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.